I'm Sam Cooper, and on tonight's entertainment preview around the world, we're going to take you to a very special island. Cue the music, Larry! To take you to an island far, far away from here in the middle of an ocean. And as a bonus, we'll throw in Ben Pompous to tell you a good story. And if you order now, you'll get this great new Jabba Jabba.
Spoon.
Jabba Jabba.
Spoon.
Chrome plated, beautifully steeled Jabba Jabba.
Spoon.
How about a hand for our stagehand, Larry? Anyways, I'm getting off the subject. Back to Ben Pompous. Big Ben. Ben Pompous reporting live for Entertainment Preview. Right now I'm on an island in the middle of the ocean. Tonight on our special Around the World, I'm going to tell you a story of some kids who lived on this island. And you may say, what's so special about that? And I'll say, well, because there's no adults on this island. And you may say, what's so special about that? And I'll say, well, because they had to find out a way to live. And you may say, what's so special about that? And I'll say, because I'm holding a 2-wood. And you may say, what's still so special about that? And I'll say, because I'm going to hit this here ball. And you may say, what's so special about that? And I'll say, here I go. And you may say, you missed the ball. And I'll say, it was a practice swing. Anyways, today we're going to take a look around this here island. It's a big island, and believe me, it's going to be a big show. And let's have a look, shall we? Right here is where one of the less gruesome parts in the story of the children happened. Right here, as you can see, I'm standing on an outcrop of rock. Right here is where the children urinated and defecated during their stay on the island. It may be a rather bad place to be standing because I don't know what happened here, but it is an awesome place for trusty old golf. Our next place that we're going to go to is we're going to go to the hunter's first victory. This spot right here is where the hunters killed their first pig. Right here, when they did, they took the pig's head and put it on this stick as an offering to the beast, a little figment of their imagination that the littler children had dreamed of. They were all afraid of this beast, and I'm not sure whether there really was a beast or not. It don't really matter in the story. Okay, so what happened was the pig's head was here, and this is where Simon first envisioned his Lord of the Flies. The guts of the pig were right here after they cut it open. And the pig's head was up here. they didn't really want the guts. They were covered in so many flies. That's where Simon got the name, Lord of the Flies. Anyways, back to the beast. The beast was a giant monster that looked like an ape, and I don't think there was a beast. No, I don't think there ever will be a beast. Let's go check out the bathing pool. Right now, I'm standing in front of the bathing pool where the children took their nightly baths. If they could, they'd probably take showers, but they couldn't because it's a pool. You can't shower in a pool. Anyways, they took their bath here, and even though it's now green, it was once crystal clear, like the waters off Jamaica. And right here is where they believe that the beast came to drink. I still don't believe in the giant hairy ape. I found it. I seem to have hit my ball in this bunch of shrubs. Well, they're not actually shrubs, but they're fallen logs. This may not look like much, but it was once a major landmark in the lives of the children. Right here is where they built their huts. They were little houses, they weren't that big. And because of most of the children's laziness, there weren't many of them. And these huts was where the children went to find comfort and assurance whenever they thought of the beast. So now let's go to the most important parts of the place, the meeting place. Here is possibly the most important part in the story of the children. This giant stone right here, this big stone platform, was the place where the meeting first assembled and where they made most of their important decisions. If they didn't meet here, then the whole island would have gone crazy. Right here is where they decided to build the huts, make the fire, and they had a giant seashell called a conch. That's what they used to call the meetings. They used the conch to summon all the people to a meeting, and that's where they would tell the people what to do. Right here is where they discussed what to do about the visions of the beast, which don't exist. On the island, the children built a fire to be used as a signal. They burned a whole lot of trees to make a whole lot of smoke in case a ship would be passing by. Whenever they were burning them, at one time, a large section of the forest caught on fire, burning many trees. This right here is just one of the many trees that were burned. They had this giant fire that was kept going 24 hours a day, day and night. They kept it going by 2 people who guarded it the 24 hours a day that it was going. One time, they had to let it go out because the people were afraid. The 2 particularly that were guarding it was Sam and Eric. Then they saw the beast come up to guard it, and they all ran away. Let's go to our next and final shot, and then we'll head back to the studios. Right here in this open field is the spot where all the boys were rescued. See, Ralph was running away from them. back from his nice long recovery from getting injured, here's Ben Pompous! Welcome to the story segment of the show, ladies and gentlemen. Even though of my poor and unfortunate injury, I am remaining in high spirits. The cast comes off in 4 to 6 weeks, in case any of you care. Okay, so now it's the story part of the show. Let's go hear a story. Gather round, everybody. It's story time. Dun-dun-dun. It's Lord of the Flies story. Okay, now it's time to begin the story. What? Wait. What are my bloody notes? Oh, you've got them. Give me those things. Thank you. Okay, the setting of this story is a tropical island. One day, long, long ago, on a tropical island, there were 2 boys named Ralph and Piggy. They found each other whenever they were stranded on this little island, and they decided to go exploring. Whenever they did, they went swimming in the lagoon, because they were kind of hot and tired, and they found a big seashell called a conch. Now, what Piggy knew about a conch is that whenever you blow into it, it makes a very hollow and deep sound. So, Ralph was experimenting with the conch when he did this, and it called everybody for a meeting. And everybody came, and it was good, said the Lord of the Flies. So, whenever they all assembled, they got the names of all the older kids, but the younger kids, you know how they are, always running and scurrying about. Ow. And so they pretty much remained anonymous. The most important thing they did at that first meeting was they voted on who was going to be chief, Ralph or Jack Merridew, a choir leader. The only one who voted for Ralph was the choir members. They decided to do things as build huts and fires, and so that's the way it was. They talked about building airplanes and TVs, but they didn't do that because they didn't have the things they needed. So they made rules such as you can't talk unless you've got the conch, which was the most important rule and the only rule that stayed until the end of their life. And they go to the bathroom by the rocks on the beach, which you've seen in the earlier part of the segment on the show. So one day they decided to build a signal fire, and this fire was supposed to be kept going 24 hours a day. And it was, except for one day when Jack Merridew and Sam and Eric went hunting and the fire went out. At that time, there was a ship that came upon the horizon. Ralph saw it and went racing up the mountain, very fast. So when he got to the top, when he got to the top, he found that the fire was out, and they were all in trouble because they could have been rescued. So, anyways, are you mocking me? You better not be mocking me, because I'm gonna, you want a piece of me? Ow. Oh! I was just beaten up, so why are you gonna hit me again? Okay, when they got to the top of the mountain, they saw Jack and his hunting party returning, chanting, "Kill the pig, cut her throat, spill her blood." That'll leave you with a nice warm feeling inside now, won't it? Okay, so Ralph was infuriated that the fire went out, and the fact that there was a ship even added to his anger. From that point on, Ralph and Jack never actually got along. So anyways, that same day, Jack and Piggy got into a rather large fight, and it resulted in Piggy's glasses being broken in half. Piggy was almost blind without his spectacles, so he couldn't see with one eye. He could only see with one eye because he only had half of a pair of glasses. So, the disagreements between Ralph and Jack led to them splitting apart, and Jack held a giant feast, which was like a party, so that everyone could come and he could recruit new members. So at that feast, everybody came, And just about all of the members of Ralph's tribe, except for 4, Ralph, Sam and Eric and Piggy, joined Jack's tribe no problem because it was a life of fun. Hunting every day, a party every night, no work, no anything else except work. There was good tools and good food. So, anyways, no one had seen Simon all day at this feast, and that was because he was in the forest, looking at the dead pig's head on the stick, calling it the Lord of the Flies, for the simple reason that its intestines were covered with large black flies. Anyways, at that feast, what do you think you're doing? Look here. Don't make me come in there. What do you think you're doing? You think you're so funny making me come in here? We're gonna get sued by Disney. Don't you know that? Don't you? Don't you? Thank you. Get out of here. Anyway, they went back to find Piggy's spectacles and get them back. And Jack's tribe was doing very mean things. They dropped a giant rock on Piggy, throwing him out into the ocean, dead. They captured Sam and Eric and tied him up, and forced them to be official members of their tribe. And poor Ralph, he was chased away to hide in the shrubberies forever and ever. Well, not forever and ever, but they hunted him the next day. They was going to stab him, cut off his head just like they did with pigs, and put it on a stick. So they lit the island on fire to try to get Jack to come out of his bushes. And then what happened was Ralph was running, and he got to the beach. And on the beach there was a guy who saw the smoke from the island that was on fire. And he rescued them, yada yada yada, and that's the end of the story. Thank you for joining us on this fabulous edition of Entertainment Preview Around the World. I hope you join us next time. Bye.